Hello students, hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to the series of lectures in topology. This is a first course in topology. As all of you have studied many courses in mathematics in your previous classes, including analysis, whether that may be mathematical analysis or real analysis. In the case of real analysis, many topics you have studied which involves topology in the background. At that point of time, topology was not introduced to you formally. In this series of lectures, we will cover all topics of general topology or point set topology. Before proceeding to the formal or mathematical definition of topology, we must know what is topology. The motivating insight behind the subject topology is that some geometric problems depend not only on the exact shape of the object involved, but rather on the way they are put together. So topology concerned with the properties of a geometrical object that are preserved under continuous deformation, such as stretching, twisting, crumpling, or bending, but not tearing or gluing. That means if we take a piece of paper and we twist the paper or squeeze the paper, in the case of the plain paper and the twisted paper, the topological property remains same in both the papers. Similarly, if we take a string and stretch that string, the stretched string and the stretched string have both have the same topological properties. If we take a stick and bend it, then the straight stick and the bended stick both have same topological properties. I mean to say, the topology, subject topology, with the properties of a geometrical object that are preserved under continuous deformation. But if we tear the paper, then the topological property will vary in both the cases. Similarly, if we take two pieces of paper and glue that, then also the property will vary. A topology tells how elements of a set relate to each other. The same set can have different topologies on it. Suppose we have a set X and we want to define a topology on it, there can be more than one topology on that particular set. So a set along with a topology on it is a topological space. Suppose we change the topology, then the space will also change accordingly. General topology is a branch of topology dealing with the basic set theoretic definition and constructions. General topology is also called as point set topology. So before going to the formal definition, one should be very clear in the concepts of set theory or set theoretic definitions and constructions. This course is foundation of other branches. There are many branches of topology such as differential topology, geometric topology, and algebraic topology. All those different branches of topology uses the definitions of general topology. The basic object of study of is topological spaces, which are sets equipped with a topology. That means a topological space involves a set along with a topology defined on it. In a topological space, a family of subsets are known as open sets, which are closed under finite intersection and arbitrary union. That means basically we will give a formal definition or mathematical definition of topology. But if we look at a topological space, it consists of family of open subsets, or family of subsets of that particular set on which the topology is defined. And if it satisfies certain properties, then we call those members as open sets. And these subsets, which is known as open sets, are always closed under finite intersection. That means if we take finite number of elements and intersect them, then that will be also open set. Similarly, if we collect arbitrary number, whether that is finite or infinite subsets and take their union, then also that is a open set. In the due course of time, we will study the basic concepts of topology such as continuity, compactness, connectedness in terms of these open sets. Some of the books we are going to refer here during the series of lecture. The first book is Topology by James Monkers, and the second book is General Topology by Stephen Willard. Third book we are going to use is General Topology by J.L. Cayley. And fourth book is a book on counterexamples. The book is Counterexample in Topology by Steen and Sibak. Now we are going to give the formal definition or mathematical definition of topology. Let X be a set. A topology on X is a collection of subsets of X. Let us denote that collection of subsets as tau. Let us denote the collection of subsets of X as tau. This tau, we will call this tau as a topology on X if it satisfies certain condition. The first condition is the empty set phi and the whole space X are member of the collection tau. The second condition is union of elements of any subcollection of tau is in tau. That means we have collected some subsets of X in tau. Tau is a collection of subsets of X. The first condition says that empty set and the whole space should be member of this tau. And the second condition says that if we collect arbitrary number of elements from this tau, if we collect arbitrary number of elements from this tau and take their union, then the union also belongs to this collection. Third condition says that intersection of the elements of any finite subcollection of tau is in tau. That means if we collect finite number of elements from this collection tau and take their intersection, then the intersection is also a member of this collection. If all these three conditions are satisfied, then we say that tau is a topology on X. A set X along with a topology defined on it is known as a topological space. So I would like to repeat this. We have a set X. A topology on X is nothing but a collection tau of subsets of X. We have collected some subsets of X in tau, and we call this collection tau as a topology if it satisfies three conditions. The empty set and the whole space should be in the collection tau. If we pick arbitrary number of elements from this collection tau and take their union, then the union must be in the collection tau. Similarly, if we take finite number of elements from tau and take their intersection, then the intersection should also be in the collection tau. If tau satisfies all these three conditions, then we call this tau as a topology on X. A set X along with a topology defined on it is called as a topological space. If X is any set and tau is a topology on X, then the notation we basically use for a topological space as X tau is an ordered pair. X is a set and tau is a topology on it. Some books write X as a topological space. That means silently it is understood that there is a topology exists on X, and with respect to that topology we are talking about the topological space X. That means the topology is silently behind the space, topological space. Any subset of X is said to be an open set. Any member of that tau the topology, is an open set of X. For example, let X be a three-member set A, B, C, and let us collect some subsets from this set X and put them in tau. We have phi, we have X, and two subsets A and B. Now the question is whether this is a topology on X. We have a 3-point set X, A, B, C, and we collected some subsets of X in tau. Now the question is whether this tau is a topology on X. Here tau is not a topology on X. Why it is not a topology on X? The very first condition says that phi and X should be the member of tau. So here it is clear that phi and X are in tau. So the first condition for being a topology is satisfied. The second condition says that arbitrary union of members of tau should be in tau. But here we have a member A and we have another member B. If we take their union, the set becomes AB, which is not a member of tau. So tau is not a topology. Union of A and union of B is AB. A set containing 2 points AB is not a member of this collection tau. So tau is not a topology on X. Now let us check a second example. Let X be a set consisting of 3 points A, B, C, and the collection of subsets of X are phi, X, AB, and BC. So our tau is a collection of subsets, 4 subsets. One is empty set, other one is the whole space, and other subsets are AB and BC. Now the question is whether this collection tau is a topology on X or not. Here again tau is not a topology on X. The first two conditions are satisfied. First condition is that phi and X should be member of tau. It is clear that phi and X are here in the collection. Second condition says that arbitrary union of members of tau is a member of tau. Here if we take the union of phi and X, if we pick two members, phi and X, take their union, that is again X, yes, that is in the collection. If we take AB and phi, then also the union is AB, which is in again tau. If we take these last two subsets or last two members AB and BC, take their union, the union is ABC, which is the whole space X, which is again in a member of tau. So you take any member from this collection, take their union, and the union is there. So second condition is also satisfied. Now to check whether the third condition is satisfied or not. Third condition says that finite intersection of members of tau should be in tau. If we pick two members, phi and X, take their union, take their intersection, then the intersection is phi is here. If we take AB and BC, take their intersection, the intersection is B, a singleton set containing B, which is not a member of tau. So tau is not a topology. Intersection of two members AB and BC is the singleton set B, which is not in tau. So this is not a topology. Let us consider the third example. Let X be a set consisting of 2 points A and B. Let tau be the collection of subsets of X, and the subsets are empty set phi and the singleton set A. Now we have to check whether this tau is a topology on X or not. Clearly tau is not a topology on X, because the whole space, the first condition is not satisfied. The whole space X is not a member of the collection tau. Let us take the fourth example. Let X be the set having 2 points A and B, and tau be the collection of subsets of X having members as the empty set phi, whole space X, and a singleton set A. Clearly, this is a topology on X because first two condition, empty set and the whole space are members of tau. And if we take arbitrary union of any member, if you pick arbitrarily any member from this collection tau and take their union, that is again in tau. If you take finite number of elements from this collection and take their intersection, again that is in tau. So this collection of subsets of X is a topology on X. Let us take two more examples. In example 5, we can see that the set X consists of 3 points A, B, C, and tau be the collection of subsets of X, which includes the empty set phi, whole space X, 2-point set AB, one more 2-point set BC, and the singleton B. Clearly, this collection tau is a topology on X because it satisfies all the three conditions. Empty set and the whole space X is a member of or members of the collection tau. If we take arbitrary elements, suppose we take first three elements from this collection and take their union, the union is whole space X, which is in tau. Similarly, if we take second, third, and fourth member, X, AB, and BC, take their union, again the union is the whole space X, which is a member of tau. If we take the last two elements, BC and B, their union is BC, which is again in tau. So if we take AB and BC, their union is ABC, which is the whole space, which is again a member of tau. So the second condition, which says that arbitrary union of members of tau is in tau, is satisfied. The third condition says that finite intersection of members of tau should be in tau. Here if we take AB and BC and their intersection is the singleton B, which is again a member of tau. If you take X and AB, their intersection is AB, which is again in tau. Take any number of elements, finite number of elements from tau and take their intersection. The intersection lies in the collection tau. So this collection tau is a topology on X. In example 6, we have taken a set X. X is any set and we collected tau as the empty set and the whole space. That means the collection contains only two members. One is the empty set, the other one is the whole space. If we check whether this collection satisfies all the conditions of being a topology, yes, it satisfies. It can be very easily checked. This topology is known as indiscrete topology on X or trivial topology on X. So on any set X, if we take the collection of subsets as the empty set and the whole space, then that collection becomes a topology on X, and that topology is known as indiscrete topology on X or trivial topology on X. Here we have one more example. Let X be any set, then the collection of all subsets of X is a topology on X. That means X is any set, then the collection of all subsets of X is a topology on X. That means power set of X. This topology is known as discrete topology on X. It can be very easily checked that the power set of X satisfies all the condition of being a topology. So you take any set and take the power set of that. That power set is a collection of subsets. All subsets of X is a topology, and that topology is known as discrete topology on X. Let us take one more example. Let X be an infinite set and tau be the collection of subsets of X, U being a subset, which satisfies the condition that complement of U is either finite or all of X. Let us check whether this collection tau satisfies the properties of a topology or not. The first condition is the empty set. Clearly, if we take the empty set, the complement of empty set is all of X. As we have defined the tau, complement of any subset is either finite or all of X. Since complement of phi is all of X, phi is a member of this collection. Similarly, complement of the whole space is an empty set, which is finite. So it satisfies the condition. Any subset whose complement is either finite or all of X is a member of tau. So here also this whole space X satisfies this condition. Complement of the whole space is an empty set which is finite, so is a member of tau. Third condition, let us collect an arbitrary number of members from tau and check whether the union of this arbitrary collection of members of tau is a member of tau or not. So we have to prove union of all those U alphas which we collected from tau is a member of tau. That means to prove union of U alphas is in tau, we have to prove that the complement of this X minus union of U alpha is either finite or all of X. Now the complement of union of U alpha can be written as intersection over alpha X minus U alpha. Here all these U alphas are members of tau. So as per the definition of tau, tau contains all those subsets of X whose complement is either finite or whole of X. Since each of these U alpha is a member of tau, for every alpha X minus U alpha, that means complement of U alpha is either finite or all of X for each alpha. Now if we take their intersection, then clearly the intersection is either finite or all of X. Since the intersection is either finite or all of X, and that intersection is nothing but it is complement of the union, so union over alpha U alpha is a member of tau. Now the final condition we have to check whether finite intersection of members of tau is in tau or not. Let us collect finite number of elements from tau, u1, u2, u3, un be finite collection of members of tau. We have to prove that their intersection from I is equal to 1 to n, ui is in tau. To prove this, we have to prove that the complement of this intersection is either finite or all of X. Now, the complement of the intersection is nothing but union from I is equal to 1 to n X minus ui. Since each of these ui is a member of that collection tau, the complement of each ui is either finite or all of X. So for each I, the complement of ui is either finite or all of X. Thus their union for every I, the union of X minus ui is either finite or all of X. So this union from I is equal to 1 to n X minus ui is either finite or all of X, and this union is nothing but complement of the intersection of I is equal to 1 to n ui. That means intersection of I is equal to 1 to n ui. Its complement is either finite or all of x, so the intersection is also a member of the collection tau. Therefore, this tau satisfies all the properties, all the conditions of being a topology, so it is a topology on X. And this topology is known as cofinite topology or finite complement topology on X. It is observed that there can be more than one topology on any set. We have seen that if we have a set X, then that set X can have more than one topology. Let X be any set and tau1, tau2 be two topologies on X. Our aim is to check whether these two topologies are comparable or not. If T1 is a subset of T2 or tau1 is a subset of tau2, then we say that tau2 is finer than tau1. Some mathematicians use other terminologies for this finer. They say it is larger or stronger in place of finer. That means T2 is larger than T1, or T2 is stronger than T1, or T2 is finer than T1. These different type of terminologies are used by different mathematicians. If T1 is a subset of T2, we also say that T1 is coarser than T2. Some other terminology is used as weaker or smaller. T1 is weaker than T2 or T1 is smaller than T2. Let us take an example. Let X be a set having 4 points A, B, C, D and tau1 with a collection of subsets which includes the empty set phi, whole space X, singleton set A, singleton set C and the set containing 2 points AC. Let us take another collection containing the empty set, whole space, singleton set A set containing AB, set containing BC, subset contains a singleton B, singleton set C, a subset containing 2 points AC, and a subset containing ABC. It is easily checked that this T1 and T2 are topologies on X. Now the question is whether they are comparable or not. If they are comparable, which is finer and which is weaker. In this example, every member of T1 is a member of T2. That means T1 is a subset of T2. So we can say that T2 is finer than T1, or we can say that T1 is coarser than T2. Let us consider another example. Let X be the set containing 3 points ABC. Tau1 be defined in this way: phi X, singleton set A, singleton set C, and a set containing AC. In the second collection tau2, we have empty set, the whole space, a set containing AB, another set containing B and C, and another set, singleton set containing the element B. It can be easily checked that both these are topologies on X. And in this example, we can say that T1 and T2 are not comparable. Why it is not comparable? Because in the collection T1, we have a member A, which is not a member of tau2. So T1 is not a subset of T2. Similarly, in T2, we have B, which is not a member of T1. So T2 is also not a subset of T1. So in this example, T1 and T2 are not comparable. So this is all about the first lecture on topology. In this lecture, we have introduced the formal definition of topology, and we studied some examples, whether they are comparable or not, whether a collection of subsets of X is a topology on X or not. And in the next lecture, we are going to introduce the definition of basis and the topology generated from a basis. Thank you.